Research in Motion, the Canadian manufacturer of the BlackBerry family of smartphones, hit the reset button today and launched a new set of devices and a new operating system called BlackBerry Z10. At a splashy event in New York, Thorsten Heinz, the chief executive of Research in Motion, announced that the company was changing its name to BlackBerry and unveiled the devices and the new operating system to an enthusiastic crowd of tech analysts and press.
It is one brand. It is one promise.
Amongst the guests that Thorsten Heinz invited on stage to celebrate the birth of the new operating system and devices was Alicia Keys, the pop singer, who will in future be an advisor to BlackBerry and its board on matters of content, especially music. So, of course, I asked Thorsten Heinz, the chief executive, what was special about today and what it meant to BlackBerry's 78 million users.
We haven't just brought a new product to market in a sequence of products, we've brought a whole new platform to market. And that's why it's so important. We will build smartphones on it or tablets, but we also will explore this into the mobile computing domain, as I was saying in my speech. So this is the platform for the future, and the future starts today.
BlackBerry clearly has a lot riding on these new devices, so I asked about how the company intends to market them.
You will see over the next 12-18 months, we are going to introduce new BlackBerry Z10 devices. We've said publicly that by the beginning of next year, we'll have introduced 5 or 6 BlackBerry Z10 devices, different price points, more affordable devices to cover the entire market. So it's just the beginning today.
So what exactly are these devices capable of?
The first thing we're going to do, we're going to wake up the device here. Now what happens with this keyboard is the new BlackBerry keyboard. We're known for keyboards, so we want to bring that experience to a touchscreen device. And you'll see that the words...
Oh, it's filling in the word automatically.
Yeah.
Right. The operating system, as it was designed as a multi-tasking operating.
Absolutely. It gives you the ability to do all of the things that you need to do. So even if I was still in my browser and I was doing something and something came up, I could still swipe up and go over and go back to that email. Not so important, then go back to
So it's
browser.
still running there in the background. You don't have to exit one application to start another.
Absolutely. You don't have to hold the button and you don't have to do the menus. It's right there, just with a simple gesture.
Clearly, the Z10 takes the BlackBerry smartphone experience to another level. However, not everybody is convinced that that will be enough to ensure BlackBerry's long-term future.
The challenge is they're not the best devices out there. They're still falling short in a number of respects against iPhone and Android and some of the other things out there. The operating system's great. There's some really innovative features in there, and there's lots that should please the BlackBerry faithful. The problem is, again, it's probably not going to win converts from the other platforms. There just isn't enough there to make people want to make the switch. The fact that they had 70,000 apps at launch is a tremendous achievement. That's really amazing for what's essentially version 1 of a brand new operating system. But they need to have a lot more than that, and crucially they need to have certain specific apps that are really hot, that are big on other platforms and that don't yet exist on the BlackBerry platform. That'll be the biggest thing they need to do. But they also need to change people's perception of their brand, which is a much harder and longer term thing to do because the BlackBerry brand is tarnished. People have got used to over the last several years these devices that were subpar, were not competitive, and they're going to really need to change people's minds about what BlackBerry means.
We have transformed ourselves inside and out. And we have defined our vision.
Most analysts that I've spoken to think that BlackBerry has done a really great job with this new operating system and the design of the new devices. However, they're not convinced that it takes BlackBerry that much further ahead, if at all, of Apple and, for example, Samsung. They see it more as a catch-up play, which will probably appeal to many existing BlackBerry users, but they're much more doubtful about whether it will attract back any users, BlackBerry users, who've actually defected to other operating systems, or indeed attract new users to the BlackBerry platform as a whole.